poduzetnici, razlika, koja čini razliku za svakog poduzetnika. Kad bi poduzetnički majci stvarno objašnjavaju bakicu kao živi za sebe...
It's a nice word and a concept I learned in India, and it would be panya, especially the third level of wisdom. Meaning that whatever they heard or been on some podcast, or they read it in the book, or they were tutored, until they experience that.
Today we have a distinguished guest joining us on this podcast, someone who is a senior consultant, business mentor from guess, Zagreb, Croatia. Yes, Croatia, yes, this is something very unique. Friends, let me tell you, because many of my colleagues and friends were asking about Croatia. So, it is a great nation on the coast of Adriatic Sea. Croatia borders Slovenia to the northwest, Hungary to the northeast, I think Serbia to the east, and on southeast, this is the kind of geography you will see in Europe. And they share the maritime border with Italy on the west side. And its capital, the largest city is Zagreb, from where our guest, Mr. Fran Mikuličić, is coming today. Welcome, Fran. Welcome. Very nice to see you.
Thank you very much, Jatindra. So happy to be here. So happy. Thank you very much.
Yes. So, you see, friends, if you are looking for a business growth ideas from across the globe, stay tuned for a prosperity and my topic, health. Yes, you are in for an enlightening conversation with some expert who mentors professionals with proven strategies. Yes. Fran, let's start with the basics, right? Okay, are you ready?
Yes, please. Yes.
Great. Tell me, what are the most common leadership challenges you help executives solve, regardless of from where they are from? Fran?
Okay. Regardless of where they're from, meaning that everything we put under cultural differences, we move aside. And then regardless of their technical expertise or their years of experience or their gender, the biggest challenge for me as a mentor and then for their advancement is, it's a nice word and a concept I learned in India, and it would be panya, especially the third level of wisdom. Meaning that whatever they heard or been on some podcast, or they read it in the book, or they were tutored, until they experience that in their mind, in their body, nothing will happen. Because we can tell them a lot about the capabilities. We can tell them a lot about the set of skills. They can read about, they can go to the workshops, they can be trained, but until they try it, nothing happens. So basically, my biggest challenge is to get them as fast as I can to do as most repetition they can, because that's the only way of acquiring any core skill they will need in 2025, 2030, 2035. And one of the prerequisites for that is you basically have to help them that they are okay with being bad at first. And that idea, where we need to give them wisdom and we need to help them to be bad at first, is, in my opinion, something, sir, that you do, Sir Jatindra, something that you do. So now it's my turn to introduce you and your beautiful podcast. First of all, thank you very much for a structured, time-bounded podcast. I love it when everything is structured. It's beautiful. So, dear friends, in India, around the world, you know that Jatindra Ji specializes, he's an expert in reversing diseases. He's teaching us health pentagon methods, and it's not only meditation. It's also mantra, it's also breathing exercise, it's yoga, and of course, there are healthy diet tips. So, my question, and also from my experience, is Jotindra, people start with the meditation, they start meditating, and they are all pumped up, they are full of enthusiasm. And then as time goes, this enthusiasm fades away, the enthusiasm stops, and then people stop. So, is there some way, is there some method, is there some methodology that we can keep continuing and have that same enthusiasm, reap those same benefits?
Right, Fran. I'm happy you asked this question. And globally, we have seen many people start with enthusiasm, as you were describing, like a soda water piece, and later on it dies down. So, your question is good. How do we sustain this? How do we continue this? So, my answer to that is, before we start meditation, or for that matter, all these things what you describe, yoga or breathing exercise or even diet, the first thing is decide your SMART goal. Decide your SMART goal. Write down what you want. What is your burning desire? And then everything will follow. What is required is to be very specific in the goal. When we say SMART, it's an acronym: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. Time bound. Many people, when I ask, I want to get rid of my anger as soon as possible. Oh, that is not a SMART goal. It's a goal. But if you can define it, for example, I want to reverse my diabetes. You see, that can be a goal. You can reverse diabetes by following this holistic pentagon, by doing scientific meditation. But then you need to write down that over a period of 3 months, I will remove my sugar challenges. So when you are measuring sugar, you write down, as on today, my reading is so much. After 3 months, it is within the normal, and so on and so forth. The point is, if you have a SMART goal, then what? Then you make a video, then you make a movie, like a script in a play, put dialogues, make a movie, and project that on your mind screen during meditation. Friend, your subconscious mind will watch that movie and take it literally, and it will drive you towards that goal. So then in the beginning, you start with a goal, make a movie, and then see that you will achieve the goal, because there will be internal drive, internal energy, which will see that you reach that goal, friend. Yes, so that is how we can make sure that our enthusiasm remains throughout the process and you achieve that goal. Yes, friends, today we have this podcast with Fran. He is a powerhouse of knowledge. I was just going through, and then I found he earned an MBA from Vanderbilt University in the USA, and is also an NLP trainer. Yeah, neuro religious programming. And with almost, I think, over 2 decades of experience, he is in consulting, this business of mentoring and executive coaching. Fran is also an active member of Rotary Club of Thane Amigos and the founder of RMB Croatia. You see, Rotary means Business Fellowship. RMB is a wonderful organization parallel to Rotary clubs all over the world. And that is how Fran is here today with us. We are so lucky because he serves as VP of Brain Voice Consulting, handling Europe and HR and OD practices. Fran, now I want to ask you a question. What is one specific mindset? You see, mindset is important. So, specific mindset shift you have been transformed someone's career or a business success. Fran,
Okay, thank you. And I will again connect it with what you already said. I'm here talking
Hello.
about trying to
Yeah.
connect the dots between the root causes. And one of the biggest shifts that executives, managers, all of us need to make and understand is understanding this internal resistance. So we already said that we need to put them in the water to swim so they can start acknowledging, getting this third level of panya. But if they don't want to do it, it's about their internal resistance. Is it in the mind as a thought? Is it in the body as a sensation? So basically, mind shift where manager can rise his or her self-awareness and understand that it's their internal resistance keeping them from reading something new, doing something new or better, or improving somewhere else. There are two beautiful examples. One is the concept of one American author, M.J. DeMarco. He called it the action faking. And I see action faking all around us. Lazy people don't action fake. Hardworking people action fake. And basically, it means that they are doing tasks that are lower value, knowing that there is something more important, more beneficial for themselves, for the company they need to do, but their internal resistance keeps them away. One of the examples of that would be the reading. So many managers don't read. And when they want to read, then they say they don't have a time because they have this internal resistance. And about the reading, it's a big lesson. It's never about the book you read, and it's not even about the implementation or execution of the things in the book you read. It's always about the becoming of the person who reads. And then you don't even have to read. You can have an audiobook, you can have a summary of the books. But this is that internal resistance. So any type of meditation, scientific meditation, Jatindra, from you, any mind hack that can help people get this internal resistance is the number one mindset shift that they need to make. So when I ask you, when you were mentioning inside of your meditation, scientific Preksha meditation, what is that? Is that something that's connected with internal feelings, internal resistance my clients, my mentees have? And can it solve them, help them, improve them, push them, pull them? Please.
Right. Okay. Okay. Right. Good point. I'm happy you asked this about Preksha. You see, scientific Preksha meditation, the word Preksha means to watch, to observe, to watch carefully. You see, it is from the Sanskrit word, and it literally means audience. Audience. So when you are looking inside, when you are watching inside, here when I say audience, I don't mean the outside world. You have to see inside, right? And when you look at inside, you are actually doing the meditation. So the word Preksha means to watch, like an audience. And this develops a power beyond five senses. Traditionally, we use five senses: listening, watching, smell, taste, and touch. But meditation is not using these five senses, but it is all about developing subconscious mind power, and that is beyond these five senses. And that is why we call it Preksha meditation. Scientific Preksha meditation is all about developing ESP, extrasensory power. Yes, friend. So this is something very interesting we find in our old scriptures and I'm presenting it from the science point of view. Yes, it's like, opening the third eye. Yeah,
Yes.
right. Okay. Uh, Fran, let me understand from you what is leadership myth or false belief you constantly have to debunk with your clients. Yeah.
Okay. I'm in my office here, Adriatic Coast, just across the Italy, so it's kind of busy. I apologize to everybody. There are many myths. We call it false belief or unresourceful beliefs. But one that is so common across the culture, across the nations, across the religions is, and I attribute it to our schooling system, is that idea that in business settings, there has to be one right answer and the other answers as wrong. Which in a complex business situations where you have unintended consequences as soon as you do something or you don't do something, that's a wrong way of approaching it. Meaning there are many wrong answers and there are many wrong decisions. And then when you go to the good decisions, some are just 50% good, 50% bad, but that's the best you have at this moment. So this conditioning from our schools and universities, where we as a pupils and students in our tests, oral or written, had the one right answer, and if we get it correct, we got the points, is definitely something that conditioning is not good for the business settings. So therefore, when you see entrepreneurs who are street smart, they understand that they just need to move on, get a new knowledge, again try. There's this beautiful concept, GETMO, good enough to move on. And when you talk to the people about GETMO, you can basically test and see their internal resistance because they say, yeah, but there are some things that you cannot do good enough to move on. Like, I have no idea, your tax receipt to the government. Yeah, of course, there are some things that cannot, but there are 90% of things that can. So this false belief that I need to be perfect, that everything needs to be in place because it's connected to who I am and how I value myself, okay. It's not good for business. So, however, I will put back to you.
Yeah, okay.
So, when I'm looking from, let's say, Croatian perspective, from Europe, and when Europeans and Westerns look to different meditation acharyas and gurus in India, there are a lot of them. So do you have any unique proposal? Do you have some USP? Do you have something that differentiates you and scientific Praksha meditation from the others?
Okay, that's an interesting question, Fran. Fran, I would say I do follow God or Guru, but not the way everybody talks about. What I have observed is most people are just following the great personality, the Guru, or maybe Acharya, you said, or God. But what is required is to follow the path they have used and not the person. So, in that sense, I would like to mention that we all need to, in people are doing rituals only. They are only following the physical movements but not implementing what the God or Guru prescribe. For example, not taking alcohol. All religious places, if you see, alcohol is not allowed. But when people come out of a religious place, they take drink or become drunk. So that is where the difference is. So I would say, let us follow the path of these great people. Whichever person you feel, the philosophy, there are different, but at the end of the day, everyone says, be friendly with everyone. And everybody is my friend, isn't it, friend? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Friends, we have discussed some points about leadership and consultancy. Now, I want to know, you see, what is the way we can, Fran, you can just tell me how we can really, use what you are doing, because you have been doing great thing. You have got a lot of experience across the border, and I met you in Pune, in India, in the last time when you had come. That was really great. But if you don't mind my asking, friend, I want to ask you a question. You see, there are many methods available, and what is your unique point which you think you would like to put across to our viewers today through this podcast? What is it that you want to offer? In brief, if you can mention something, any specific mindset shift you want to talk about, which you mention about the business success, any point you want to exemplify, Brian? Especially about the myth and the false belief. Yeah.
If I want to something to offer to the audience, look, being a mentor or a teacher, coach, wherever you look at acharya, that's my life's purpose. And when the student is ready, some sort of a teacher will appear. It not necessarily needs to be me. My coming to India and my staying in India and my dealing in India is to support Indian companies in their business development with Europe. Either bring them clients from Europe or take Indian companies to Europe to further their export, their presence. There is a beautiful and pink future in the trade between Indian subcontinent, Indian companies, our RMB and Rotarian friends, and Europe. So this is what I do for a living. And my mentorship, when the students need to find it, they will find a way. And that's it. No pressure. Just work on themselves, use different meditations, use scientific meditation. And sooner or later, the destiny will connect the student with the mentor.
Very good. Very nice. That is right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Great. So, Fran,
may I say thank you, sir?
Yeah.
I would like to thank you. I know we are at the end, but now I would like to thank you. Thank you very much. It was a beautiful podcast. You're doing an amazing, great job, and you're also doing the service. You're also doing the service to our viewers, to your viewers, to everybody who can get some information, who can think differently, who can get just a touch of inspiration. So, Jatindra Ji, sir, thank you very much.
Thank you, Fran. Friends, let me tell you, Fran is number one in leading people. If your team or manager are not performing well, if your company is not achieving result, and if you are, have some internal conflict with the colleagues, Fran can help. He specializes in one-to-one mentoring. He does mentoring. So you take this opportunity. His number is given here. Contact him. He takes people skills workshop and short-term turnaround projects. Contact Fran for all these things. And Fran, yes, I appreciate your vision of bringing India and Europe closer in business. It's a very unique initiative you have taken. Thank you for this enriching podcast discussion. And friends, let us stay happy and healthy.
Yes.
Okay. Until next time. Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.